This is the Giants POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Locked On Giants POSTCAST. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other postcasts we do on the Locked On Sports Network. We also do Locked On Warriors and Locked On 49ers postcasts. But today, the Giants fell 7-4 tonight in their first game of a two-game series to the San Diego Padres at Petco Park. And it was also their first division game of the season. Logan Webb pitched much better than his box score might indicate, gave up 9 hits and 5 runs, but 8 of those 9 hits were singles. It truly was death by 1,000 paper cuts tonight for the Giants. And Willy Adames showed some signs of life, some more signs of life, and he might be turning a corner at the plate, which would be a huge lift for the Giants. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed, and make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, always does a great job. And what do we always say about Logan Webb? If he's going to give up runs, it's going to be early on, and that was true today because most of the damage the Padres did against Logan Webb came in that first inning. And it started with Xander Bogaerts knocking in a run with just a little dribbler back up the middle. And that was kind of how Logan Webb's night went. He ended up putting some runners on base with 2 outs after he gave up a single to Manny Machado and a walk to Gavin Sheets. And then Bogaerts hit that little dribbler up the middle. And then Jose Iglesias hits a little flare off the end of the bat to right field. And none of this was hard contact. Absolutely none of this was hard contact. But it generated 3 runs for the Padres. So Logan Webb really did not do as bad as his box score might indicate tonight. He, I think, pitched pretty well. And he just kind of, it's just one of those nights where seeing eye singles happen and just weird voodoo magic whenever you're on the road. And unfortunately, it came in the Giants' first division game of the season, which is strange considering we're almost at the end of April right now. And usually you see a little bit more division action early in the season, but we did not see that today. And in case you were wondering, Logan Webb's average exit velo tonight, 84.5. So, I mean, he's doing a pretty good job out there limiting the hard contact. And he just, the ball was just going where defenders weren't. And you can't really do much about that as a pitcher. That's just good hitting by the Padres, not trying to take too much. They were just taking what was there for them. And they got it done. And there's not much you can do about that if you're Logan Webb. So I'm not going to beat up Webby for giving up those 5 runs tonight. He also got a bunch of balls on the ground. He was 5 ground outs to 1 fly out tonight. So Logan Webb, just a bad luck night. It kind of buzzard luck, as Mike Krukow likes to say on the broadcast sometimes. Can't kill nothing and won't nothing die. And that was what the Padres lineup was like for Logan Webb. So they ended up tacking on some runs a little bit later on in this one in the bottom of the 4th. Jason Hayward hit the only extra base hit that Logan gave up all night long, double on a fly ball to left field. And then he got driven in on a sac fly eventually later in the inning by Luis Ariz. So the Giants, just kind of bad luck. And then after that happened with Webby, we saw something we haven't seen all year long. Randy Rodriguez given up some runs for the very first time this season, and it came off the bat of Xander Bogaerts, who swatted a little baby home run over that short porch in left field, and it was his first home run of the season too. So Randy gives up his first home run of the season to a guy who has not hit one yet all season until today. So that would have only been a home run in 13 of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums around the country. That's less than half. So we're going to consider that a little baby home run for Xander Bogaerts, but it is what it is. It's at Petco Park. You know that short porch is out there and left. And he did what he had to do. It favored the Padres today. They know how to play in their home ballpark. It's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But the Giants do have a chance tomorrow to get back in the win column, and they can split the series with a win tomorrow because it's just a 2-game series. Conversely, the Giants could experience their first sweep or first time being swept all season long. If they lose the game tomorrow, that would be not a real sweep, though, in my opinion. A 2-game sweep doesn't really hit the same as a 3-game plus sweep. So the Giants, they're going to need to figure it out tomorrow. The two best bullpens going at each other right now. Something to keep in mind. If the Giants get into the Padres bullpen without a lead, the comeback attempts are going to be a little bit harder against the Padres than they've been against other teams this season. Of course, we talked about that a lot in our last show. The Giants have won 10 games this season when trailing by 2 runs or more. It's going to be really difficult to play that brand of baseball against the Padres because this bullpen is so damn good. Suarez has not blown a save yet this entire season. So if you get into the 9th and the Padres have a lead, it's going to get a little tight for the Giants. So just something to keep in mind. Both of these bullpens are very, very, very good. Tonight, the Padres got to the Giants bullpen and one of their best pitchers in their bullpen, probably the guy who's been the single best pitcher out of the Giants bullpen to date so far in 2025. Randy, his strikeout to walk ratio is absolutely insane right now, and he's just been rolling this season so far. I mean, Randy Rodriguez has been really, really, really good. So, this was the first runs he gave up all season long. I don't think he had any walk. He still doesn't have a single walk this year. It's crazy. This guy has 16 strikeouts and no walks coming into today. And his final slash line today, he didn't walk anybody and he didn't get any more strikeouts. So we're sitting at the same with Randy right now. His ERA jumps to 1.42 after giving up that home run to Bogarts, which kind of sucked the life out of the end of this game. The Giants felt like we're kind of hanging on, but really once it got after that Xander Bogaerts home run, it just kind of got a little less lively out there at Petco. Some of the juice got sucked out of this one. And by the way, Petco selling out games on a Tuesday night, man. And if you look around, they talked about this on the broadcast. There's not a lot of Giants fans out there anymore. That used to be like back in the day, it was AT&T Park South. And now in the Oracle Park era of where the San Francisco Giants play, it's not really Oracle Park South anymore down there at Petco. It looks honestly like a vibe out there. The Padres fans all look like they're having a good time, and it's just a ton of people to pack in that stadium out in the grass on that outfield. I mean, there's one stadium that I think could maybe rival Oracle Park for just from a vibes perspective. It might be Petco in all of Major League Baseball. As far as the new stadiums, at least, I feel like old stadiums, new stadiums, it's got to be kind of different categories for that one. Like you can't compare Wrigley in Oracle Park or Fenway in Oracle Park. It's just not the same experience. So Giants today, they fall 7-4 to the Padres. The Giants still second place in the NL West, and they're still a half game above the Padres, even with the loss today. So win tomorrow would be nice, so you could even up the series and come on back to Oracle for a nice 4-game series against the Rockies. The Giants have played a ton of teams above 500 this season. They've played a ton of games on the road this season. It'll be nice to go home and play a team that's having a little bit of a tough time, having a little bit of a rough luck, or maybe the team that just isn't very good. Let's just call it like it is. The Rockies, just not a very good team this season, or really any season in the last decade. The Rockies have been just futile in the last 10, 15 years. So Giants, nice matchup looming ahead, but you gotta get a win tomorrow if you want to avoid your first time being swept this season. Got to talk about Willy Adames. He had a nice day, and we got to talk about that on the other side. Don't go anywhere here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are here, and FanDuel is giving new customers an incredible way to get in on the action. Right now, when you join FanDuel and place your first $5 bet, you'll get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. I love how FanDuel makes betting so easy, whether it's picking my favorite team or diving into player props, from three-pointers to steals to assists. FanDuel has so many ways to bet your favorite players. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I put it all on the Warriors to win money line tomorrow. I know that people are saying the Rockets aren't going to go away in Game 5 at home and blah, blah, blah. Houston Rockets going to Cancun May 1st. They're not winning the series. Definitely not winning the series. And they're certainly not going to win Game 5 in Houston, or at least I don't think they are. Warriors going on to the second round, and they'll solidify that tomorrow night. So put it on the Warriors and don't miss out. Head to FanDuel.com and claim your $250 bonus bet today. Today's show is also brought to you by Wonderful Pistachios. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I love the no shells variety. It's the perfect grab and go snack for busy days. Whether I'm snacking at my desk, on a road trip, out at Oracle Park, or just need a quick protein boost, they're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell options are also a classic favorite. I love the fact that Wonderful Pistachios is a complete protein and it provides all 9 essential amino acids. We're getting those amino acids somehow, man. Those little green wonders pack a huge protein punch and they're so satisfying. Just one of the most satisfying, just when you have the shell variety too, just the crack of the shell, just super, super satisfying, like a nice snack meditation. Get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and tonight the Giants fall 7-4 to the Padres. And there were some bright spots for the Giants. I mean, we had a Willy Adames home run in this one. We had a Willy Adames double in this one. And this is a guy that we've all kind of been waiting for him to get off the scrap heap. And if you look at that batting average, it is slowly climbing up, man. He's at 212. The OPS also slowly climbing up, creeping closer and closer to 600, which is not where we want him to be. I get we want it to be better than that, but this is a guy who historically has slow starts in the month of April. He usually heats up a little bit later on in the season, and that's fine. If he starts getting going now, when it seems like the rest of the Giants bats are starting to maybe fall asleep a little bit. Giants did get 7 hits today, generated 4 runs, but it just the scattered hits. They weren't coming in the bunches that the Giants need them. Couldn't put up a big crooked number. They had 3 runs in that 6th inning, but it could have been better. They missed out on the chance to keep that rally going. Lamont Wade Jr. coming up with a big 2 RBI knock in the middle of all that. He ended up at third base after that one. So it was a double, but on the throwing error, he advanced over to third. So decent game for Lamont Wade Jr. as well. That's always something to keep an eye on. If a guy gets a big hit like that in a situation like that, maybe he's starting to come around. Also got on base twice today. So hopefully Lamont Wade Jr. and Willy Adames can get it going. Pat Bailey also picked up a hit today. We're checking in on all the slumping Giants. But you know who didn't get a hit? Matt Chapman, 0 for 4 with the sombrero tonight. 3 strikeouts, not very good for Matt Chapman, and not very good for Wilmer Flores, who also had 4 strikeouts tonight. Went 0 for 4 and had 4 strikeouts tonight. Golden sombrero for Wilmer, and 14 total strikeouts by the Giants is not what you want to be seeing right now when you're facing the Padres. Nick Pivetta was very, very good, worth noting. He's 5-1 this season. He's got a 1.78 ERA, and I mean, he had that curveball working tonight, man. He was very, very, very good. 7 strikeouts for Pivetta before he left this game. Or 9 strikeouts, excuse me. Wow, I missed 2 of them. 9 strikeouts for Pivetta before he exited this game, and only 1 walk. So the Padres doing a very good job of limiting Giants walks, and the Giants not doing a very good job of putting the ball in play tonight. 14 strikeouts is just entirely too many outs. Before we get on out of here, we got to do some housekeeping. We got to take care of first. Let's get into tonight's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And we were just talking about him. It's Willy Adames. He went 2 for 4 tonight, had that home run, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and a double in this one. So he had a couple of extra base hits. And other than Lamont Wade Jr., he was really the only guy who seemed to be breathing any life into this Giants offense, which is a very, very good sign. If he can get going, that's a very positive thing for the rest of this Giants lineup. If he can get on base ahead of Jung-Hoo Lee, who has been just a base hit machine so far this season, they'll start generating a lot more runs, which would be very nice to see. And I mean, I really do expect that to happen. I also expect his fielding to get a little bit better. I mean, it hasn't been like a major problem so far this year, but it's worth noting that he is -5 runs -5 outs above average, and he's in the bottom 1% of all Major League Baseball players. So that's not very good. It's only up from here. That's the good news about that. So Willy Adames, hopefully that him coming around at the plate will start translating to some better success out there at shortstop. So that's tonight's player of the game. Also, getting into tonight's turning point, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but we got to get into it again. What's tonight's turning point?
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And I really do think that it came after that Xander Bogaerts home run, because it just kind of just sucked the life out of the Giants after that home run. It was a 2-run shot, and it scored Gavin Sheets, who, by the way, that hit by pitch, I think I saw my guy Cole. Yeah, my guy Cole was Kyle, excuse me. Kyle was talking about it in the chats. That hit by pitch call before that home run was complete BS. And yeah, my guy, I totally agree. It was. Gavin Sheets did a good job of selling it. If that ball hit him, it was, just the slightest of grazes against him, because if you get hit by a fastball like that inside, or even a slider like that from Randy Rodriguez, you're not going to just like shake it off and jog over to first. It's going to hurt if it hits the inside of your arm. And Gavin Sheets, the Giants did challenge it, but if you noticed when they were reviewing the play, they said the call on the field stands. It was not confirmed. It just stands, which means that they didn't have clear, indisputable evidence to overturn it or to confirm it. But they're just going with the call on the field, because that's what you do in that situation. So Gavin Sheets gets hit by that pitch. Xander Bogaerts swats a little baby home run over that short porch in left field, and the Padres put this one just out of reach. It was a one-run game at that point. I'm doing too many Warriors postcasts. Can't believe I just said points talking about baseball. But there was a one-run game at that point, and that little baby home run made it a 3-run game. And it just felt, with the Padres bullpen being the way it is, felt a little hard to overcome. So, that was a little shady, but hopefully, the luck just bounces back the Giants' way tomorrow in the final game of the series. It's just kind of how tonight went. Just barely little things going the wrong way for the Giants. Logan Webb getting nice soft contact, but it's going right up the middle where there's nobody playing defense, or a little flare off the end of the bat finds a hole in the outfield. It's just one of those nights for the Giants. But you know what? Going forward, we got to talk about what you'll be talking about, because it kind of goes in line with what you'll be talking about after this one.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And what you'll be talking about after this one is that the Giants are fine, man. Like, they're 19-11. They're 8 games above 500. And you got a nice little break against a nice long a nice 4-game series coming up that the Giants should absolutely be able to win at home. And maybe you can go into that with some confidence if you pick up a win tomorrow. But I think the Giants will be just fine. I think Logan Webb is just fine. It wasn't really a big deal to lose this game tonight, in my opinion. These games are important, don't get me wrong. Any game against the Padres, who I think the Giants are going to be battling it out with at the end of the season, is going to be important for tiebreaker purposes. But I really do think that tonight was just a dose of bad luck for the Giants. They have had so much good luck. Look at the last time that they were out there on the field, the walk-off Little League home run, and it has to swing back towards the middle eventually. And that's kind of what happened tonight. The Giants kind of got a little bit of that as Barstool Sports put it, that devil magic, had to knock some of that devil magic off of the Giants. I think that it's just I've had a couple of friends who refer to it as fairy dust magic, which I think is pretty funny. I think the Giants are just a good team, man. I think they're a confident team. I think that they never think that they're out of games. They always think that they can come back. And even against a good bullpen like the Padres, I guarantee you, if you asked anybody in that clubhouse, was this a game he could have won? They're going to say, yeah, probably. So the Giants, I think, are just fine. Logan Webb is just fine. He still has a 2.83 ERA on the season, so that is not too shabby. And I think that the Giants will have a chance to win tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and say they will win tomorrow. They got Landon Roop on the mound. We'll see how it goes for the Giants against the Padres. It's all the time that we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all you every day. There's my guy Kyle, my guy Cole, my guy DG, John, and Marty. Appreciate you guys all checking in. And Dom Peralta, my guy Dom. Thanks to everybody for checking in tonight. I appreciate all of you. Wouldn't be a show without you guys. And everyone listening on the podcast stream, however you're getting the show, we truly, truly, truly appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Peace.